to our next video. If you're new here, thank you very much for watching. So if you click this reason, fear reason. So the reason is Manchester United is struggling a lot in terms of finding ways to score goals, finding ways to create chances, finding ways to be winning games, basically, because that's the important and scoring goals. So this is my opinion on why Manchester United is struggling a bit in the final third. So if you make it through this student, really appreciate it. Let's go. So welcome back. So Manchester United under Ruben Amorim has been an up and down hill slope. You know, he came in the middle of November after international break. No manager in the world will probably take that job in November, in the middle of the season. But the club tell him it's now or never. So he decided to claim an income. Now Manchester United sit 13th place in the Premier League with 26 points. We lost 10 games in the Premier League this season already. And it seems like we are going to lose more. And that's not good. But my biggest concern is these players are not good enough. A lot of people going to say, Ten Hag, Ole, Jose, that's fine. But my thing is, the players that Ten Hag bought from Manchester United, from Ajax and his Ajax former players, are not quality players, are not technically good enough for Manchester United. And here is why. One, Anthony at Ajax was probably a good season for him before he came to Manchester United. He forced his transfer to come to Manchester United. He comes to Manchester United, sign a 5-year contract. And now he's going out on loan at Real Betis. Andre Onana. Don't have to talk about Andre Onana. Andre Onana was in the final of the Champions League with Inter Milan against Man City. He did an exceptional performance in the final. Unfortunately, they lost to Rodrigo. Matthias de Ligt was at Bayern. Moussa Manzarari was at Bayern. You get me? Malacia was his first signing. Malacia hasn't played in a year for Manchester United. A lot of people thought he was dead. Unfortunately not. God forbid. You get me? Who again? Rasmus Højlund was at Atalanta. Scored 12 or 14 goals that season before he came to Manchester United. The world team has a potential world-class striker. And he has the ability to do that. You get me? But what? This young man has been in the club so long and he's not getting any form of service because these wingers at Manchester United do not know how to look for a striker. The only good striker we had at Manchester United in the last 5 years are probably Cristiano Ronaldo or Edinson Cavani. So we are lacking in goals. And I feel like Ruben Amorim is going to have a hell of a job for Manchester United going ahead in the Premier League and in Europe and in the FA Cup. And the remainder of games that leave until May, he's going to have a rough job. Today he came out and said Manchester United is probably the worst. This Manchester United team is probably the worst in the history of Manchester United. The history of Manchester United. The history. And he's not wrong. These players have put on 2 good performances in the last couple of games under Ruben Amorim. The first game was under Liverpool. Everybody expected Manchester United to be trash, but we didn't. They go there and put out a performance. It shocked every fan. I doubt a fan out there in the world was surprised that Manchester United draw against Liverpool, the most consistent team in the league. We go away to Arsenal in the FA Cup, 4th round, and we draw. We hold out Arsenal with 10 players from the 70 minute, from the 60 minute or 70 minute, if I'm not wrong. And we carried them to penalty and we won. Those were 2 good performances. Before those 2 games, we lost 3 in a row. We lost against Tottenham, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, and then Newcastle. Get me? Okay. But why you guys cannot be consistent? We won against Southampton, shockingly, because of Amad Diallo brilliancy. Amad Diallo saved Manchester United against Southampton, because that game was a very horrendous performance from those 11 players on the park. Andre Onana prevent a couple goals in the first half. That was good of him. That is his job. But today we play again. Yesterday, you played against Brighton. We have not won against Brighton in a while. Since last season, the last game. Brighton have beaten Manchester United from the time they are promoted until now. And we only probably win 2 times in the Carabao Cup semi-final, or when we beat them on penalties, and we beat them 2-0 at Brighton City, the last game of the season. So Manchester United is not something new. I heard some pundits today say that, oh, Ruben Amorim is naive and they have to change the system. You are the same ones out there complaining that Erik ten Hag didn't have a system. Erik ten Hag didn't have a way of playing. Nobody know the identity of Manchester United. No, this man coming. This man has told you from day one. The first thing you will see is an identity. And that we have seen. But what? These players at Manchester United were not profiled to fill Ruben Amorim 3-4-2-1 system. They were not bought to fulfill that system. And that's unfortunate. You get me? But as players, I think you should be adaptable, because you're not playing under one manager for 1 year in most times, because you have to go to your country and your country manager play a different system. So you must be able to be adaptable in terms of formation, how the way of play. You must be adaptable as a professional. And Manchester United players don't seem to understand that. And I don't know why you guys can't just find a good performance, be consistent, bro. The club is at an all-time low. And here's a crazy stat why I have done my research. Against Brighton, we have 52% ball possession. We had 10 shots. We had 1 on target and 1 big chance. And the only shot on target we had was from that penalty Bruno scored. Against Newcastle now, we lost 2-0. We had 53% ball possession. We had 10 shots, 1 on target, and 2 big chance miss. You're getting it. All right, let me go again. Against Wolves, we lost 3-0. We have 51 ball possession. We had 7 shots, 4 on target, 1 big chance miss. Against Bournemouth, we lost 3-0 at home. We had 60% off the ball possession. 60%. We had 23 shots, 7 on target, and 4 big chance miss. Against Arsenal in the FA Cup, we had 70% off the ball. We had 26 shots. We had 7 on target and 4 big chance miss. So from that little analysis that I have done over the last couple of games that we have played, that we have draw and won. We have not won. Draw. We lost 1, 2, 3. We lost 3 out of those. Out of the 4 I said, we lost 4. Out of the 5 I said, we lost 4. And we draw 1. So out of that 4, we had a maximum of 7 and 7, 14, 18, 19 shots on target and no goal. Manchester United had 19 shots on target and no goal in 5 games. 19 shots on target. We had the most possession in the game that we lost. So yes, we are dominant on the ball, but defensively we are shit. It's sad to say. Defensively, Manchester United is leaking. Under Erik ten Hag was the same thing. But these players been at the club, see what the club has been through, bro. So them need to do something. Them need to change. We have Rangers Thursday, then we have Fulham. You get me? So we need to win those 2 games. I believe in Ruben Amorim for Manchester United, and I believe that he will do his best as possible. Once the club and the board give him time to do the right thing, he will deliver. And talking from my standpoint, I believe in Manchester United. I don't believe in some of these players, and I would sell some of these players now in January and buy some players. You get me? That's how struggling Manchester United is at the moment. We have players on ridiculous wages. Casemiro, Marcus Rashford. Rashford hasn't played a game in almost a month now for Manchester United. Casemiro came on the other day. Casemiro and Rashford are the highest earners at Manchester United. So this is a lot to talk about. And this is just my opinion on why Manchester United is really struggling this season. So if you like the video, leave a like. If you like what I said, leave a comment. If you have any thoughts on what I just said in this video, you can leave a comment again. Share with a friend, share with a Manchester United fan. And I'm out.